Sounds bad. La 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 la. Ooh.
Dr. D'Amour.
La 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 la.
Dr. D'Amour.
Yes, yes. Oh, hello, hello, Liz. How are you? You don't know what? You don't know what? I'm preparing a class of biology. And you know the book that I'm using? I'm using my Bible. I'm using my Bible to explain the heartbeat. Well, just imagine, I was reading this passage of the Gospel of St. Matthew, and the people are asking Jesus, Teacher, which commandment in the law is the greatest? And Jesus responds, he says, you shall love God, your Father, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. That's fantastic. That gave me an idea. And you don't know what. It gave me an idea that the love of God, I receive the love of God, and then I can love my neighbor. And then I was going like this. I receive the love of God, and I give it, and I give it to my neighbor. I give it, I receive, I give, I receive, I give. That's like the heart. The heart works exactly the same. The heart receives blood in the atrium and sends it to the ventricle. And the ventricle sends it out and receives more blood and sends it to the ventricle. And it goes like this. This is the heartbeat. Just imagine if one says, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to do anymore. So just this one goes like that. And he doesn't work. And the heart, we have a heart stroke. Well, that's not how a heart stroke happens. But when the electricity stops, or one of the two movements stops, the heart will stop necessarily. But it's the same. If somebody doesn't love God, how can he love his neighbor? He'll love him for a while, mindly, but not for a long while. And just that brought me back to the kitchen in my house. You know, because the doctor is not always in his lab. And it brought me in the kitchen. And the other day, I was trying to clean something in the kitchen. And then I was there rubbing and rubbing and rubbing and rubbing. And somebody said to me, hey, what are you doing? I said, I'm cleaning, but this sponge doesn't work. Why don't you put a little bit of water? Answered the person. I said, oh, that's it, that's it. So I went to the kitchen and I filled my sponge with water. Wow, what a difference. I started cleaning and everything came so clean. And then I thought about this commandment of God. How can I love my neighbor if I don't love God? How can I clean with a dry sponge? I can't. So I go to God, I fill my heart with water, and then, wow, look at what I have to go to my neighbor now. I'm full of God's love. It's very simple, but that's my way of understanding things. With little things like that happen in the kitchen, or a heart in the lab, or in my soul, in my own heart. My own heart works like this, and my love of God works the same. So don't forget, when you're reading the Bible, you can also think of your heart. And when you're thinking of your heart, don't forget that God created your heart to love. And if the heart needs electricity, your life needs love. And the love you need to love one another is the love that comes from God. So try it today. Ask God for all the love you need. He will give it to you. And then you'll be able to love the other ones. And especially one that you have difficulty with. Ask him for that person because he loves that person and he gave his life for that person. So he must love her very much. So ask for that love and He will give it to you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll be together again tomorrow. We're going to the chapel. If you have time, come with us. We'll be asking for you and for all your loved ones. Bye-bye.
To love our far way to love to the end, to love till there's no end, and all over again, to love as much as we can.